So here I have a frequency table and a row relative frequency table. And in this lesson, we're going to be choosing a measure of frequency. They want to know which one of these tables would be more helpful in finding out if more males or females have season tickets. So if I look at my row, it shows me that I'm at the same percentage of gender, but I want to know about season tickets. So here, I would just use this frequency table. So the frequency table shows a better correlation between who has season tickets. Now, if it asked something is more likely male or females, then you would want the percentage. But I would do a total relative frequency in that case. Companies surveying subway riders in New York City on a Friday morning. The frequency table shows the results. What type of relative frequency table shows the percent of people surveyed who are arriving commuters? So if I want to know what type, it's going to be a total relative frequency table to find out how many total or what percent of people surveyed. That means total people. And then it says what percent of people are surveyed are arriving commuters. Well, arriving commuter, 80 out of a total of 200%. That is 40% of the people surveyed are arriving commuters. Table shows a survey of high school students. Did about giving students the option to pick the furniture in the common areas of the new high school. What type of relative frequency table shows the percent of juniors who responded no opinion? Since it is with respect to juniors, they were labeled first. So juniors, it would be a column relative frequency table. And what percent of juniors said no opinion? So 24 out of a total of 504 juniors were surveyed said no opinion. And that is 4.76%. So based on the groomer's data, is there evidence of an association between the type of pet and the grooming period? Well, with relation to pet, it would be a row relative frequency table. So I already did the percentages of all of those for the rows. And if you look at the percentages each week, they're almost identical. Each month, 62.8, 63. Each year, 25.5, 24.9. So they're almost identical. So there is not enough evidence that's a bad V, of an association between type of pet and grooming period. I would assume that is the kind of dog or the kind of cat matters more than it being a dog or a cat. So you are curious if there's a relationship between having siblings and having chores. You asked a bunch of students at lunch, and this is what you found. Is there evidence of an association between having siblings, so with respect to siblings, and we want to look at the yes column here. So with respect to siblings, and I did the percentage, a higher percentage has chores than do not have chores. So yes, there is evidence.